What do you consider emotional cheating? 1. When your partner's priority is no longer you, it is someone else. This happened to me with my ex-husband. He had this work colleague who was quite emotionally unstable and used to get drunk and cry a lot. I realized he was staying out later after work to look after her. It got to the point where he would be texting her rather than talk to me. I don't believe they cheated physically, but I realized I wasn't his priority anymore. She was. That to me is very much an emotional affair. By emotionally unstable, I don't mean she was suicidal. More that she would go out to after-work drinks, get too drunk, cry about how much she hated her boyfriend, and throw up. I loved and supported both of them and their friendship, invited her to my home often, until it very much crossed the line. Not physically, but emotionally. 2. When she is texting some other guy about how her relationship with you sucks. 3. If you delete or hide messages and calls from someone, that's a huge red flag. I'm not talking about those who delete all of their messages. I'm talking about people who delete conversations with a certain someone. 4. So I had a male friend at work that I got along with well. We'd sit in the lunchroom together, work on projects. We were on the same team. Both of us married with kids. After a couple years I noticed he would get really mad if I didn't find him for lunch or if I didn't say bye to him before leaving work. Then he mailed me this long email about me not being a good friend because I didn't tell him when I was leaving work. Or I'd be in our work chat and suddenly disappear, because I needed to actually work. It just felt wrong. So I sent him an email back saying I feel uncomfortable with his reaction and we should just work together and not hang out for lunch. I stopped talking to him about non-work stuff. By this time I had moved to another team in the organization, so it wasn't difficult. I felt like he was emotionally cheating on his wife with me, assigning me some kind of value and jealousy that should only be for his wife. He emailed me a few more times acting all confused, like I was overreacting, but it felt like the right thing to do. 5. I think the simplest answer is if your messages or conversations being read or heard by your spouse would not be acceptable to them, as long as they are a normal, reasonable person. 6. Anything you have to lie to your partner about. For example, level of closeness to another person. I don't expect to hear all the private details of discussions a partner has with others. But once hiding aspects of the relationship comes into play, there's a problem. This excludes abusive situations. It's not cheating if someone abusive is trying to isolate you from friends and family and you hide contact with said friends and family so as not to become victimized further. 7. I'd say emotional cheating is taking all the problems from your relationship to someone else. Instead of talking to the person you are in the relationship with about what's wrong, you find someone else to vent to and they're always there for you. So you end up being emotionally connected with this other person, instead of actively working out the differences of your relationship with your partner. I think the definition could vary person to person though. 8. When your partner acts puppyish on someone who isn't you. When they are always the one starting the conversations with the person they are cheating with. And those conversations are always fawning over that person. And meanwhile, you get absolutely no preferential treatment. When the other person knows you and your partner are in a relationship, but encourages the behavior anyway. Even if they only stick to coy flirtation or inappropriate hints. When it goes on for years, and when the pedestaling is so painfully apparent. And when your partner's treatment of you is terrible by comparison, that's emotional cheating. Even without any outright declaration of love. When your partner hides those messages from you and gets angry if you ask about anything remotely relating to their life outside of you. When they lie about what they are doing. Both are huge red flags, especially if they try to make you feel guilty about even normal questions. Don't stick around for people like that. This happened to me, and to be honest, I'd rather he had an outright sexual affair. Although I can easily imagine this happened too. It's painful and embarrassing to see your partner get all slavish before someone else. And that someone is the kind of shit person who would enjoy and encourage that, too. 9. My ex got a crush on someone else but still continued to date me for a long time and wasn't connected to me at all. Like I was a placeholder until they could get with someone new. 10. Emotional cheating starts in the head. It's about who comes first. So, as the one who's cheated on, you can never be completely sure, because you cannot see in the other person's mind. But as the one who is cheating, ask yourself who has the first spot in your thoughts every day. If it's not your partner, but someone else, it is cheating.